Hello, everyone. My name is Fred, and I was just sitting here thinking about the hurricane that is approaching Florida. And I was just having some thoughts about, us as human beings and just, kind of putting things in perspective of what really matters. And I was thinking about how everybody, no matter if you're rich, poor, middle class, whatever, everybody right now is in need. We have a need for water, um, different food items, things to secure our homes, gasoline for our cars and generators. We all are in need, and it doesn't matter what your class is, um, we all have the same needs. And I think about how that people are so helpful right now. I mean, I was thinking we were just out passing out some sandbags and getting them to some of the elderly and other folks and a gentleman next door to one of the people that we were dropping sandbags off. He asked, where can I get the sandbags and so I told him, I was like, well, these are the ones that we have, but I have some of these soil bags that you can use. And he looked at him and he was like, "Yeah, sure. Can I get four of them?" And he wanted to pay me, but I told him, don't worry about it. You don't owe me anything. And I was just thinking about just us being human beings. When it really comes down to being there for one another, it doesn't matter whether you're white, black, whatever your race is. It doesn't matter. um, we all start to consider and think about one another, and we don't know what the outcome is going to be from this storm. We don't know if there's going to be life loss or homes destroyed or whatever. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we all are making preparation for this storm. And it's just thinking about some people. Um, they had plans to just stay in their homes or apartments or whatever, but as they got more details concerning the storm, they decided that, hey, probably need to, check into a shelter. And just thinking about how life, when it takes some emergency um, to get our attention, you know, um, and all the time there could be signs and everything, letting us know that certain things we need to do, but it actually has to be fatal or some type of emergency to really get our attention. And even some people, when it is urgent or it's an emergency or possibly fatal, they're still, stuck and they don't want to make a change or do the things they need to do. And but this whole thing, with this, with the hurricane approaching Florida, you just see a difference in people, and even the stores you go into, people just more friendly and willing to help, and it just put us all in a different state of mind. And I was thinking, I was on the highway driving, and someone called me. And it was like, I was trying to give you a case of water, but you was driving so fast or whatever. And I just seen us, pulling to the side on this highway, and me jumping out and grabbing the water, and those are things that I'm talking about, that we find ourselves going beyond, trying to help one another. And just imagine if we could be like that on a daily basis, that it didn't have to be an emergency or something urgent or fatal, but we we just were more helpful towards one another and cared more for one another, and it had nothing to do with race or my family or your family or whatever, but we just wanted to help one another, and we looked at each other as family, and just realizing if I help you, I'm helping myself, and because if you hurt, I hurt, and having that type of mentality or mindset. But these are just a few thoughts that I was having, and I pray that everyone that is facing this great hurricane that's headed towards Florida, that everyone has everything that they need, and they made the right decision to, if their home or wherever they live is not safe, that they sought shelter. But though, again, these are my thoughts before the storm, and I pray that everybody is safe tonight. They don't know the exact path, but I know the ones down in the Naples, Fort Myers, Sarasota, and Tampa areas. Those are some of the high risk areas, and I pray that all are safe and that God is able to see us through this, and that we'll be able to see each other soon. So those are my thoughts before the storm, and thank you for listening in.